welcome to Pilates Today. My name is Vera. I'm a therapeutic Pilates instructor, and today we're here at the Port Stanley Fitness Center with a program to strengthen the knees and hips and the core. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to start today just reminding us about the best way to sit. So when we sit, we want to make sure we can see our big toes on the inside of the knees and that we're lined up with those feet and ankles so that we can just come straight up. So making sure that we're not using any of those gravity patterns, and all that means is sometimes we just kind of fall in, and when we do that, our hips are in the wrong position and it really strains the knees. So when we sit, be conscious of keeping those knees a little bit wide so that we can see that big toe on the inside and just coming straight up and down. Again, if there's any sort of knee pain, you could hold on, lean forward and come up, or you could use a chair to help you. But just that up and down motion is going to help those legs stay nice and strong. And so that's just thought number one. And now when you're ready, all I've got today is a mini ball. Feel free to use a pillow or a cushion if you don't have a ball nearby. And we're going to start by lying down. So since the topic is knees and hips, I'm going to start with the knee exercise with the ball just a little bit below the knees and the inner thighs, and the arms just at the side, nice and strong, widening through the chest and shoulders, and relaxing that neck. If you need a pillow, by all means use one. We don't want to be in a position where we feel uncomfortable or like that chin's poking. So we want to tuck the chin in, gently push the shoulders, push the head down. And we're going to squeeze the ball, and remember it's glutes, pelvic floor, trying to engage the core and squeeze without bringing any tension to the shoulders, and relax. So again, inner thighs, pelvic floor, getting those inner thighs to engage and soften. Good job. And again, just remember to breathe. So inhale to prepare, exhale with that squeeze, because sometimes we tend to hold our breath, and when we do that, a couple of things are happening. We're pushing pelvic floor down instead of drawing it up. We're getting the core to facilitate. And the second thing is that we could raise our blood pressure. So both not positive things. So let's really exhale. You feel the abs tighten on that strong exhale, and then inhale, relax. And then again, exhale and squeeze. And now when we squeeze and hold the ball, we're going to notice the back of the hips and try to keep them as level as we can by using the core as we just straighten one leg all the way out, reaching into the heel. And let's squeeze, pulse that ball, squeezing in for 5 and 4. Not keeping those shoulders relaxed. 3 and 2 and 1. And then we're going to keep squeezing the ball, and hips are nice and level as we tap the heel down, just for 4. Let's go 3 more. Squeeze, 2 more, working those muscles on the inside of the quads that are helpful for our knees. 1 more. Beautiful, and down. Nice job. Okay, nice and level through the hips as we extend the other leg, reaching into the heel. And then we're just going to pulse squeeze for 5 and 4, 3 and 2. We're almost there. 1 more, and now just tapping that heel down and extending that leg. Working in a pain-free zone, so if it hurts to reach it all the way out, find that place that's right for you. Let's go 3. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Let go of all that tension above your waist. 1 more. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to line the feet up, walking them as close as you're comfortable, pressing through the shoulders and arms, and just squeezing the glutes and lifting the hips up into that bridge. Let's hold it there, pressing those arms right through the mat for 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Again, just squeeze glutes, inner thighs, pelvic floor, abs are tight as we lift up. And we're going to squeeze the ball now for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last one, and down. Perfect. We have one more thing to do in our bridge. It's going to be single-legged, so if you're not comfortable, just keep both feet down. Squeeze glutes, inner thighs, lifting up into that bridge, and squeeze a ball and see if we can lengthen that leg out. And then bend the knee, and then drop the hips. Beautiful. Big breath in, squeeze glutes, lift, just to your comfort zone. You don't want to feel any pain or strain in the back. Squeeze the ball, extend the leg, bend the knee, and down. Nice job. Okay, now we're going to take that ball out, and we're just going to unweight that right knee. And then ball on top, elbows close to the body. And let's just press the abs and the arms nice and close to the body into that ball and resist with the leg. Breathing again, inhale, exhale, press. Inhale, relax, exhale, press. Inhale, relax, exhale, press. And now from here we're going to take the hands to the side, tighten up the abs, press the ribs down, and we're going to start by reaching that leg out. Seeing if we can keep the ribs nice and still, the back of the hips even. If that went well, and you can add on as that leg reaches out, we'll reach the arm away. And just folding in with that little tap. And we have 2. Nice long reach, ribs are heavy, and in. Let's go 3. And in. How about 4? Exhale. Inhale. One more time for 5. And in and release. Perfect. We have one more side. Elbows are close to the body, knee comes up, hands on top, and we're just going to press down into that ball and relax. Let's go 2. Trying to connect with the core. Want to feel your abs tighten up. Inhale, relax. How about 3? And relax. And 4. And relax. One more time, 5. Nice job. We're going to point the toe now, anchor the ribs. Start to reach the leg away. Keep the ribs nice and heavy. And in. Remember, if the leg's higher, it's easier. If you're okay to add on to it, we'll reach that arm away as we reach the leg away, and then in we go. Let's go 2. And in. And we'll go 3. Sliding that leg away from your nose and then drawing that knee back in. Let's go 2 more. And in. Very last one. And in. Perfect. Okay, from here we'll bring both knees in. We're going to take that ball back between the inner thighs and give that ball a low grade squeeze. Let's bring our toes together and just bring our knees in far enough that you can feel your back flatten out. And find that spot where your tailbone's down. So you're pressing now with your abs to press the ribs to the floor. And then when you're ready, we're going to take our hands just out to the side. Let's go in that bit of a bend elbow, puppet arm. And then we're going to press our shoulders down, gently push the head down. And inhale, and we're just going to rotate, keeping that opposite shoulder down. Remember, if there's any low bone density, think 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. We're not going to go real far. Just anchoring that shoulder. You could stay right there, or if you want to make it a little harder, add that little extend and bend and roll. Perfect. Using the hands to help stabilize. Exhale, hold. With or without that extend and bend. If that's too strong, keep those knees bent closer to the chest. And then inhale and roll. Let's hold it there with that extend and bend. And last one, up and over. Good job. Hold, extend, and bend. And back to the center and in. Nice work. Okay, from here we'll take the hands right behind the head, pressing the elbows into the floor, lifting the chest nice and wide. We're ready for the tail wag. Head could be down, would look like this, or you could curl up, let the head relax into the hands, and just that 5, and 4, We have 3 more. How about 2 more? And last one. Nice job. Let's go with the other side. 5 and 4. We have 3 more, 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. And down. Now, draw those knees in one more time, and while we're here, we're going to take that ball right between the feet. And you can hold here if you need that little extra support, but if you're okay to come down, pressing the ribs down, we're going to push our feet into the ball, close and open. Let's go 5 more. And 4 more. And we have 3 more. Relax the shoulders, 2 more. Strong arms though, last one. Anchor the ribs, we're going to go out. And then we're going to go in nice and wide into that little froggy. And then all the way up. Beautiful. And in. Pressing ribs down as we reach away. And tuck. Let's go 3 more. And in. 2 more. And in. Very last one. And in. Now we're going to take that ball just between the ankles, so a little bit lower, and straightening the legs all the way up. Again, the head could be down for this, or we could bring the head up. We're going to lower the legs down to that challenge point, and then we're just going to draw the knees in and press away. Let's go 2, anchoring the ribs, pressing down, and let's go 3. Push, push, push the ribs. Make sure your back's not arching. If it is, go higher. Let's go 4. And 1 more for 5. Perfect. All the way in. Just straighten the legs all the way out. 3 little circles. Corkscrew. 2. And 1 more time. Trying to lengthen through the foot and ankles. Other way. 3. Back's nice and flat, ribs are down. 1 more. Lovely. Now we're going to fold in, take the ball back between the knees. Now we're going to do a little roll-up prep. So we're going to start by letting your head come to the belly button. If you don't want to do this, you could just roll to the side to come up. We're going to try to come up to that balance point. So a little more momentum on 2. And on 3, we're going to pull ourselves up. So coming up. Just trying to find that spot where we can balance. Lifting the chest, totally optional, trying to pull your belly in towards your quads. And then if you're comfortable with it, we could straighten a bit and down. Nice job, give your legs a little shake. That's stuck in the crack here. And we're gonna give our legs a shake. Arms are long, shoulders are wide. Go look down towards the belly button, shuffle the tailbone forward and start to sit back in that little recliner, like we're lowering ourselves down to the bed. And then squeezing our inner thighs as we come up. Restack and lift, and then round and come back. And then squeezing as we come up. Beautiful. Let's go 3. And up. And this time, if you want to come all the way down, you can. If not, just go to wherever you like. Lengthening out, letting the arms come up, nodding the head, squeezing inner thighs, up we go. Perfect, you're going to take the ball right behind the back. Just going to wedge yourself into that ball and then round out into a little ball. And then once we're here, if your back tends to bother you, hold on, and it's just a little movement. We're trying to stay round and just push the back in and up. And if that's not an issue, you could let go, press. And 2, and 3. We're almost there. 2 more. 4. 1 more for 5. Perfect. Now we're going to skim our hands along the water and up. Other side. 2 and up. Let's go 3 and up. And 4 and up. And 1 more each side. 5 and up. And last one for 6. And up, hold on, reset, perfect. And then from here, we'll just take that legs out. We'll take the ball away. And then let's just roll ourselves over to our hands and knees. bird dog. So just toes are gonna be tucked, hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips, and drawing in through the abs. And now I'm gonna just work on a hip position that I like. So we're gonna start to take that leg back, and then we're gonna fold it up and just see where we can go with it. So all this is reminiscent is of you fall, you need to get that leg up so that we can get up and out, and just seeing if we can get that foot down. And one more. And now we're just gonna find that place where the ankle's right under the knee and the hips are nice and square, we're nice and... So all lunging is kneeling down to pick something up. It's our way on and off the floor. Again, we fall and we need to get up. So over time, we wanna work that leg strength of being able to come straight up from this position. And perfect. Okay, let's switch to that second side. So that leg comes back. Again, we're gonna come out, and then we're gonna try to bring that leg just to wherever it can go. You can come up on your fingers if you need to, and back down. Good job, and up. Again, just see where we can go with that leg. And last one, perfect. Just setting ourselves up, tucking those toes in, trying to have that ankle right over the toe. The biggest fault I see with lunges is people coming forward and creating a lot of stress on that knee. Want that knee to be right over the ankle, as tall as we can, a little string from the top of our head as we just go straight up. Beautiful. And down again. Perfect. And release. Nice work. Okay. Let's come down here, and then when you're ready, we'll go to the classic bird dog. So tucking the toes in, reaching into that heel, opposite hand up by the ear. We're gonna hold it there for 5 and 4. Let's go 3 and 2 and in. Okay, other side, shake your wrists out if they need it. Reach the leg out, opposite hand. Let's hold it there just for 4 and 3, lengthening heel away from hand, 2 and in. Okay, good job. From here, we're gonna just look down towards the knees, tuck the toes, and all we're trying to do is hover the knees an inch or 2 above the platform. Gonna hold it there just for 4 and 3 and 2 and down. One more time. Let's come on up. Gonna hold it here, 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Good job. Okay, when you're ready, we'll lower ourselves to the elbows, and let's let that one leg stay at 90, and find your heel, and we're just gonna push the ceiling away. Let's go 8 and 7 and 6. Never lifting high enough that you feel any pain or strain in the back. 5, 4, 3. We also don't want to be, we want to be connected in the front, nice and tight, so that we don't arch our back as we come up. Let's switch to that second side. Just bending in, finding your heel, pushing the ceiling away. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. One more. 6. Beautiful. Feet nice and wide. Just pushing back into that shelf stretch. Arms nice and long. Push into the arms. Any vertigo, always keep your head above your elbows. If that's not an issue, we're going to try to drop the ears between the elbows, drop the belly and the chest, and just keep pressing into the arms. And then from here, we'll just take one arm under, other hand on the ball. Slide that hand as far away from the tailbone as we can, and then pull the tailbone back even further. Nice long stretch to the lats there. Now let's do the same on the other side. We're just going to slide that ball away and then pull the tailbone back. push and pull, create some length in opposition. Just at 4 and 3 and 2 and in. Nice job. Okay, let's roll onto our back. We're almost there. And then once we're here, we're gonna go nice and wide through the feet. I'm gonna put the ball aside for now. And we're just gonna let that one knee drop in towards our heel. So just seeing where we can go, trying to keep this hip nice and heavy. And up. Good job. Other side, drop that knee inward, just working that range of motion. Beautiful. And back. Nice work. Okay, now we're gonna reach that right leg all the way up. And now let's push it. See if you can feel that opening between the ribs and the hips on the side. And now anchor the abs down, and we're gonna bring that straight leg up. And now reach towards the ceiling. And we're gonna point the toe, pressing the back down, just gonna lower that leg to wherever you can comfortably go, just making sure that back's not changing. And now reaching into the heel, and up we go. And let's go toe, shoulders are wide, and heel, and toe, and heel, and toe, and heel, and then we're gonna hold it here and just point the toe nice and strong. Notice the back of the hips, use your abs to keep everything level, so we're trying not to rock through the hips as we draw those little circles on the ceiling. 2 and 1, and we'll pause the reverses going the other way. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And now we're gonna draw that knee all the way in, give it a nice big hug. Pull the toes back towards the nose. Now without lifting that leg away from your belly, see if you can straighten that knee. Also find the tailbone, make sure it's still down. Nice deep breathing as we reach into the heels. And just getting that, again, the knee side of the hamstring as we lengthen out. Nice and soft through the neck. Make sure you're not holding any tension there. And then when you're ready, we're gonna bring that leg all the way down, crossing over, level the hips out, and just pressing away. So opening that hip as much as you can. Nice deep breathing. Just holding it there and letting everything release and relax. Beautiful, and then we're gonna reach across the body, bring that knee towards your opposite shoulder. Now the back stays nice and flat. We're not gonna lift the back when we lengthen that leg out. So it's turned in a little bit, little baby toes towards the opposite ear, and we're just trying to lengthen, get a little stretch to the side here. And let's cross it over, take the hands just behind the head again, and we're going to just drop the knee from side to side. It's that little roll. And roll the other way. Again, it's all about the back and the hips, so we're rolling through the hips and just trying to go to whatever range you can keep that opposite shoulder down. And then back to the center. And now we're just going to unfold and bring the arms down. We have one more side to go, so we're going to reach the leg out. We're going to push across the room, feel that waist open, tighten here, lift that leg up to wherever it can comfortably go. Strong point, ribs are heavy as we lengthen down. Reach into the heel, up we go. And we're only lowering down far enough that you're not feeling a change or an arch through your back. Reaching that leg right across the room, heels and toes. And heels. And toes. And last one all the way up, and then we're gonna reach through that ankle and foot and just draw those little circles, trying to stabilize through the hips so we're not rocking back and forth. And pause and reverse. 4 and 3. We just have 2 more. Nice job, one more time. Perfect. Gonna cross it over, drop the heel down towards the hip. See if we can just open up through that hip. Nice and wide, pushing that leg away from the body. So this is our tying our shoe position. Perfect, and then when you're ready, we're gonna bring that reach across to the outside of the knee, draw that knee towards your opposite shoulder, square your hips again so they're nice and flat, and let's just reach up through that heel. Again, shoulders are relaxed, neck's relaxed, you're just stretching, this is the good stuff. Nice, deep breathing. Beautiful. One more big breath, and then we'll just point the toe, cross the legs over. Let's bring the hands behind the head. Again, just letting everything fall to one side. Could look away from the knees if you like, whatever feels right for you. Let everything sink and settle. This all just a low back release. And then again, just rolling through the hips and over to that other side. Letting everything relax, just let everything settle. Perfect, and then back to the center. Let's draw the knees into the chest. Do a nice little squeeze here. And then from here, let's just roll a little release again for that back. Nice gentle movement back and forth. Perfect, and down. Just gotta lower that one leg, lower the other leg, and let's bring the feet nice and wide. And we're gonna let both knees fall, some more of a windshield wiper, and just sweeping it to the other side. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed the workout, and I hope to see you again soon. So come back when you can. Bye-bye.